call a held ball, Jeff.
Good defense, getting a hand on top of the ball instead of lunging and grabbing an arm.
Landon Schramm and Tyler Conrad in. North goes very deep, as we've mentioned. It's a very experienced club. So they play 9 or 10 deep, and it's, again, a lot of experience by those Raiders.
Well, to go far in the
Dane Warren, just a freshman, checks in for Sussex Hamilton. He's going to wear number 34. That's Arthur Ash right there. Asher Haas, excuse me.
Whoa.
Maybe a travel. Another three-pointer. This time it's missed by Young, by Burr. And here comes Buboltz. Burr, who hit the three a couple minutes ago, and they're going to call a hold on Hamilton, and that will even up the fouls at 4 apiece.
The tournament games can get a little more physical than the regular season, and you have to adjust according to what the referees are calling.
Yeah, normally I think they don't call as many. I was going to mention that to you before, Jeff, that they're calling it a little more tighter than a typical tournament game. And there's one of those crazy passes. Buboltz over to Schramm. He misses it, and Heckman with the rebound with the pressure there by Conrad. Gonna get a foul on the drive by Heckman.
Got beat in the backcourt, and nobody has stepped up and stopped the ball. That's, somebody's got to help if that happens, and then you have to have help the helper. In this case, it didn't happen and led to, the foul and 2 free throws.
Exactly. Rule number 1, stop ball. Timmy Tobalek in. He's just a sophomore for the Chargers. He's wearing number 33. 34 is Warren, a freshman, so they're going pretty young on the floor right now. And a miss. Burr clears it and pushing.
Good take.
Yeah, it seemed like the sea parted for Buboltz, but he couldn't finish. Burr for 3. Rolls out. And there's that Warren, the freshman, with the rebound. Good pass inside, and scoring is Alec Vernon, his first 2 points of the ball game. 4-point lead for the Chargers. Burr for 3 again. Off. And I'll tell you, there's no second chances and opportunities for rebounds, which I thought maybe North might get a couple extra offensive rebounds, but not so far. And that's just not good defense there as Vernon drives right to the basket.
With Logan Steffensmeyer out of the game, someone else got to step up and rebound for North.
And as you say it, Coach, Steffensmeyer is at the scores table along with Tempest. Get those starters back into the game. 3-pointer, another miss. Fighting for the ball, good hustle. Miller driving, scores. There was an offensive rebound finally, Coach.
Well, the ball came right back to him. The seas parted, and they took it to the basket and finished. Nice job.
Jack Young over to Heckman. Don't leave him open because he can make it. 6 points for Heckman.
Both he and Haas are the three-point shooters. You have to know where they are and get a hand in their face.
Buboltz with a kick miss, and there's an offensive rebound again, back-to-back offensive rebound. Conrad with that one and the score, his first 2 points.
I don't think North's transition defense is where it needs to be right now. They're not stopping the ball early enough, and other people are scrambling, and they're getting caught and picking up fouls too easily.
My thought exactly, Coach. They're getting way too easy driving and getting where they want to be, as opposed to North with that good defense, which normally takes teams and push them out.
Right.
Seems like Hamilton's doing what they want.
You just have to pick up people and know who you have and communicate, and then build out and protect the basket first.
Burr and Miller out. Tempest and Steffensmeyer, who we haven't heard much from yet. Another brick free throw, and they've missed a lot so far. This game could be a much bigger lead for the Chargers. I thought he threw it to nobody. There's a deep three by Tempest, and North is cold from out there right now. That's Haas, number 5. He's their. There's a wide open three. This is not going to go. Basically, it looks like if we don't let Haas or Heckman shoot, Coach,
that's the idea,
okay.
Because, you know, they average 40 points combined. So you let the other guys take the shot.
Absolutely. And there's a nice inside pass. I think he walked. He did. Right idea.
Right.
But footwork, not exactly there. Been a fast half. 2015 Chargers. 8:28 left. Next time North fouls, Hamilton will be in the bonus. Hamilton has not struggled with the pressure of the press so far. This is more what I want.
They're building out the pressure.
Yep. But can they sustain the defense? And no, he goes right by Steffensmeyer. And again, getting to the free throw line. Coach Cerrone's got to like the way his offense is moving right now.
Yeah, I think that the defenders for North are just overcommitting, and they don't need to unless it's Heckman or a Haas. Those are the three-point shooters. Otherwise, you can close out under control and keep people in front of you.
Excellent point, and another missed free throw.
Still waiting for North to settle in a little bit. I think on the offensive end, they're rushing some shots. That they make one extra pass, you get a better shot than what they're taking right now.
See how they do on this possession. Buboltz over to Tempest. 4 starters out there. The only one isn't is Olsen because he has 2 fouls. This is Buboltz. He's got to get started. He turns it over. And here come the Chargers. Good hustle by Tempest to knock it out of bounds.
It's the way to hustle back and get your hand on the ball.
Heckman back in the game, as is Allen for the Chargers. Decision there to bounce it off your opponent. And again, simple inbounds plays where the Chargers are being hounded by the Raiders.
Wow. Both teams are lobbing it into the backcourt to get the ball inbounds. I think there's easier ways to inbound it.
The drive penetration and a miss. And we're going to get a foul. I think that's going to be on Allen, which will be his second, team team's 5th.
That was really good defense by Logan Steffensmeyer to make the kid adjust his shot and go over the top of his length, and that's why he ended up missing. So he helped, got his hand up, and prevented an easy basket.
For as bad as it's been for North, they're only down by 6.
Nice
There's
take.
a nice drive penetration by Burr, but he couldn't finish. And they're going to say it went off Burr. Here comes the trap. He did.
There it is.
And that's the first turnover for the Chargers on the pressure in the backcourt, basically.
Because they had the pressure extended, and that's what made the difference. Earlier in the game, they were back too far to make that happen consistently.
And there's a good.
There it is.
Yeah, there's your dump down to the big man and the flush, just as Coach has been asking for. I think they can make a lot of hay down there.
Well, I think it's, if it was my team, I would say that Logan's got to get a touch every time down on every possession.
And there's a long 3 and a miss by Heckman.
You can get the 3-point shot whenever you want, but get the ball inside to one of your best players and finishers.
Dane Duong in the game, number 2. Way back when we started, he was the hero against Kohler, hitting a 3 at the buzzer.
He had the game of his life.
That day, yeah.
And good for him. There it is. Get him going. Get him the ball.
Yeah. That is, I think, the key to success. And Haas misses one, and a hustle by
Push
Tempest.
it.
There's a drive and a basket, and just like that, North ties.
He called it on the floor, on the ground.
Oh.
It looked like he had gone into shooting motion when he got fouled, but referee's decision.
That is not the right call.
So you see one coach happy and one coach not.
That is not the right call. Momentum swung to North, even though they trail by 2. Work, get into the paint. Now you got 5 North players in the perimeter, Coach.
Yeah, there he is. Give it to him. Yep.
They have to use.
They don't have enough height to play behind them, so they got to try to halfway or 3/4, and that's where you pick up fouls.
And I agree. Use that 6'7" body. Burr at 6'5". You're not having any luck from the perimeters at this time, so work it to the paint. Maybe you'll get the 3s later. And Steph's normally pretty good at this, and of course this time he doesn't. That was a big call by the official because North could have tied the game, maybe taken a lead. Let's see if they have a stop here. Number 30, he's one of the freshmen on the floor. Asher Haas driving. Rolled out by Heckman. Was right there. Charger fans wanted to travel and said Bubolz drives to the basket and ties it up.
Nice hesitation, move out on the perimeter, froze the defender, and he went right by him.
And a miss, but a second opportunity for the Chargers. I think they're going to get Cole Erdman on the push. That'll be the 8th foul now on the Chargers. North with an opportunity to shoot some bonus free throws and take the lead.
Logan Steffensmeyer has raised his intensity after coming off the bench after a short rest and playing very, very well. Nice rebound.
Oh, and Burr can't finish. finish. All tied up under 5 minutes. We've had no timeouts, no TV timeouts.
No TV timeouts.
And this is where you want the Chargers to start way out there. And there's our first timeout. We're going to get a 30-second timeout. 6-0 run for North. Jeff?
Well, sometimes as a coach right now, I believe Andy Cerrone believes this is an important part of the game. So he's going to take a timeout and get a play in where he's going to get the ball into probably Heckman or Asher. Okay?
Yeah.
So North has come back now, so he's taking this timeout for two reasons: to stop the momentum a little bit, and then to get the ball into people's hands who he wants to shoot.
We got our full crew today. We got Greg downstairs and Richard up here. Scott and Eric are doing the truck stuff. We appreciate that.
Great crew. Just our great crew, everybody.
Marty's in Arizona. I'm Chris Wright, along with Coach Jeff Wolf. Again, we thank Jeff for filling in for this tournament action. Win and move on, lose and you're done. And I agree with Coach. A big momentum swing for North the last 2.5 minutes, and there's another miss by Heckman. He's missed his last bunch. North now with an opportunity to take the lead under the 4-minute mark of the first half.
Good take.
Couldn't make it. Burr for 3, short. Coach Worth asking his troops to get a defensive stop.
As we said earlier, played a close game earlier in the year. This is what we expected. Two battle-tested, good programs, really good coaching, but fun game to be part of.
Kind of ironic, the score just in the 20s, Jeff. Both teams like to score a lot of points. And right now, defenses have kind of been the key.
Well, I think that Sussex Hamilton probably would like to see the score in the upper 50s, low 60s. I think North would like to see it in the low 70s. That's, what they normally score.
I 100% agree with you. I have the same thought.
There's another one of those lobs.
I like that play. I got to remember that play for when I coach again. That's Heckman, the senior, one of their leading scorers. He's been shut down, and again, no shots from outside for any of the Chargers except for the big two. Pubolts drives all the way into the lane. A lot of contact, no basket, but just like that, North finally has the lead, and there's a 5-second call to boot.
No, I think Andy might have gotten a timeout. He took the 30.
Good pickup, Coach. It's been about 5.5 minutes since Sussex has scored, Jeff.
Well, I think North is playing much better defense now, putting pressure out on the perimeter, not getting beat easy off the dribble, and they're forcing people that aren't normally their big scorers to take shots. That's what you want your defense to do if you're Sheboygan North.
Yeah, and
again, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, now North, too, besides Olsen with foul trouble, they got their starters back in the game. Maybe that second team didn't do as well to help, and you're going going to need those guys down the stretch if you're going to make a run.
And I think the starters probably were pretty amped up, and a little bit of the time on the bench probably allowed them to settle a little bit, and they've come in and played better basketball overall.
And as I say that, Miller's back in the game for Tempest. See if North can get a trap. They got one. That's how you break it, is you kind of got to split them. And finally, some outside help for Hamilton. Young with a 3. He's got 4 points. It's the first contribution from somebody other than number 1 and number 5. Patience for North, I think, is the key.
There we go. Go slip it. I wish he would have kept going. You know, he's picking it and popping, so they're going to start to play that defensively. So start slipping it, and you get some easy baskets going.
Pretty good free throw shooter. Makes the first, and we're tied in what has been a very quick first half. I said it in the opening, just like that, your day may be over. I mean, we've only played about 25 minutes of basketball, and it's almost halftime.
Both high-paced offenses, so they push the ball up the court, and they're not wasting a lot of time once they're in the half court either. So, you know, we'll see who does a better job, and North does right here.
North with the numbers, but Chargers hustle back. Probing, driving, misses. A lot of contact. This time, they say that Heckman stepped out of bounds.
Forced them all the way to the baseline, and good defense.
17 fouls on North, 9 on Sussex. Nobody on the floor with more than 1 foul.
Coach Worth has called a play here. We'll see how they execute it. Nice.
Uses that left hand to his advantage. And now North's up by 3. It was 21-15 at about the 7:40 mark. Since that time, a 12-2 run, a 12-3 run, excuse me.
There we go.
Oh, you got to finish those.
Too many times you expect contact and you drop your head on those. Go off of 2 feet and finish strong.
And there was a nice move inside by Vernon. Vernon with his 6 points. We're down to 5 seconds. Huboltz.
Oh.
And at that, we got halftime. It's 27-26. Jeff and I will be back for the second half. Please stay tuned.
The promise of America is freedom, equality. We must act now to restore and protect these freedoms for us and for the future. We are the American Civil Liberties Union. For over 100 years, the ACLU has fought for everyone to have a voice and equal justice. Because we, the people, means all of us. To learn more, go to myaclu.org today.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, we can't help but be inspired by her every day. So really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Please welcome back to the floor for encore performance, the Northside Varsity Dance Team.
When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without a high school diploma. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers.
Your achievement has set an example for so many students. Most importantly, your daughter.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Welcome back to North High, where North leads Sussex Hamilton in opening tournament action 27-26. North closed on a 12-5 run in the last 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Jeff, we were talking at halftime. What's something you'd like to see North to do here in the second half?
I'd still like to see Steffensmeyer get inside more and get the ball into him. He's got such a height advantage over anybody that's playing for Hamilton that I think that he could really dominate. So instead of pick and pop, I mean, maybe slipping the screens or pick and roll to the basket, those are ways to do it from out on the perimeter, or otherwise just create space inside and wait for the ball to reverse on the perimeter.
And North has had very little success from the three-point range. I believe they have one. And when North made that run, it's when basically Steph started it by getting him the basketball.
Right. He scored twice, once on the dunk, and that gets everybody in the gym going. So I just think that I would have a steady diet of, again, making sure he touches the ball in every offensive possession.
Yeah, and Hamilton came out firing. Their two big stars, Ryan Heckman, Asher Haas, hit some threes in the first couple minutes. They've been kind of shut down since. Each of them only have 6 points, along with Alec Vernon.
Well, I think the difference there, Chris, is that North was within defending, getting a hand up on them. Early, they were scrambling so much defensively that they were leaving that long under the basket pass wide open. Then they made the adjustment, and they're doing a much better job of making sure they're in front of the shooter.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point to limit them. Cale Buboltz leads North. He has 8 points. Cale, of course, as we mentioned, 4-year starter here, playing his last home game. This is all the seniors, as unfortunately, if North does move on, they will have to travel, I believe, unless Pewaukee loses, and I believe North would host the game tomorrow. And again, as a basketball fan, Jeff and I have been talking, this county is full of good basketball teams. Kohler and Lutheran and Howards and Oostburg and North is an excellent team. Kiel. So get out there and support your county teams, because it's a really good year for our county. North gets the first chance with the lead. Again,
I think they're looking to get it inside.
And again, not the best pass by Olsen.
Well, I think, it's hard when you got a guy in front of you and the guy behind you is holding you to catch the ball.
Right.
So I think the referees might have missed that one. And as another big guy, it always drives me nuts when a smaller player can get away with holding inside, and then they call little touch fouls on the perimeter. But the referees are doing a great job, Chris.
And that's Olsen's third foul, and they take him out right away, and they counter with Tyler Conrad.
Well, you said they had a deep bench. Now, they're going to have to counter people to step up.
Oh, and there was a golden opportunity for Haas to reclaim the lead, and he missed an easy one.
Nice pass. Good drive. Good finish.
And I mentioned in the first half, it doesn't just have to be Steffensmeyer. Burr has got a nice advantage of height, too, as that's his 7th point.
You need to find the rhythm of the offense so that you're making those cuts as the defense is shifting. And Blake did a great job on that.
Sussex Hamilton drives to the basket and miss, and they are ice cold and have been for the last 8 minutes. And there's a nice drive and a miss by Tempest. Bubolt's applying the pressure. Get a swing out to Young, who makes one.
You got to get a hand up. Even if you can't get it there, get a hand up.
And a much-needed basket for Coach Cerrone's Charger squad.
Swing it.
There's a nice play. Just as Coach Wolf asked, deliver it to the paint.
And he was patient. He waited for it to reverse on the perimeter. An easy basket.
Chargers, again, not as tall as the North players. They'd rather play out on the perimeter and drive. Good hands by Bubolt, knocks it away. 2-point lead for North, 16 minutes left in what's been a very fast basketball game.
Might have gotten away with the travel there.
Yep, and a miss again by Erdman.
Nice.
Coach, were you in the locker room at halftime? Because they're doing what Coach Wolf asked, feed the post.
That's just good coaching by Coach Worth. I mean, he and his staff recognize the advantage they have and are now getting the ball in where they're being successful.
North with their biggest lead of the ball game, up by 4. Steffensmeyer now with 8 points. Chance to make it 9. And he missed it.
Follow through.
Steffensmeyer going to play at Edgewood College next year. Here's a nice drive by Heckman, kicking it out.
Only one to the ball.
And again, I think he alters his shot, Heckman does, because of the height. And Haas has been cold, which is helping North. And Steffensmeyer clears the rebound.
And he was being held, and he still did it. Great job by Logan.
Burr with a miss. Oh, and a missed opportunity by Young. They had Haas on the breakaway. They reset the offense. Long three, good for Young. And a timeout, or not a timeout. 24, technical foul for being heckled by the fans. That's the Chargers student section that he pointed to, and then they call it on him. He was not taunting. That was his own team, like school. That is not right.
Not sure about that one.
Showing some emotion to his own squad, his own classmates, and he gets a technical foul.
I know one of the emphasis is against taunting, but you can't taunt your own fans.
That is a interesting call.
I think they'd like to have that one back.
Wow. 35-32. That also gives Young now 3 fouls because the technical counts as a personal.
Gotta get, there it is.
And Steffensmeyer with the flip.
If North continues to reverse the ball, they'll get the ball inside every time.
That's Young with the ball.
Good help and recover.
Yeah, North's pushing the Chargers out again, which I like. And that time they're going to get a foul, though. A little too much contact by Conrad.
You got to anticipate and beat the man to the spot instead of trying to hold and catch up. Once you do that and you flatten out, you're going to get the call every time.
big man he's trying to go around, and that was a very nice move by Erdman, the sophomore.
Nice up and under.
I didn't think he could get it past Burr there. 3-point game. The difference right now, Conrad for 3, no good. And a lot of 1-and-outs for North. There's a lot of contact, no call. With the miss by Heckman.
Here we go, isolation. Good ball reversal.
Yeah, North's just got to be a little more patient. Yep. I agree with you, Coach.
There it is.
And Burr is down. I don't know if it's an ankle or a cramp.
Looks like a cramp.
It is. So what are you seeing here in the second half that you like, Coach, for North?
Well, I liked initially that they came out and got the ball to Steffensmeyer easily. They're doing a much better job of being patient enough. Instead of taking early threes, get the ball reversed, get it inside, and take advantage of Burr and Steffensmeyer in there.
And that's kind of been the advantage for North in the second half as Steffensmeyer's up to 10 points, Burr's up to 9 points.
Like I said, you can get the three-pointer on an inside-outside the same as you're getting it when you're shooting those early threes. If you are patient, get it in inside, defensive collapse on the big guy, then you're going to be wide open and you get easier shots on the perimeter.
Biggest lead of the ball game for North. They lead by 5, just under 13 minutes left in the ball game. North coming back with that pressure.
See if they get the trap. Don't let them split. Nice job by the Chargers.
That's Haas, number 5. We have not called him or Heckman for scoring yet here in the second half. As a matter of fact, we have not heard those names since early in the first half. And there's a Tempest. And a turnover by the Chargers, and it's starting to get away for Hamilton.
Nice steal and good take. Go to the free throw line and knock them in.
Bryce Tempest on the line, shooting 2.
Bryce Tempest, senior. Mom and Dad were both very good basketball players.
Yes, his dad gave me nightmares when I was the coach at Kohler, and he was at Oostburg.
Yep. Mom played here at North, is a teacher now here at North, and is doing the scorebook. To 34 again.
I think this is a big possession for the Chargers to get a good shot. At this point, 5-point game.
And Haas cannot find it, which is not helping their situation. Good skip pass to Tempest. Dump down inside.
Nice job
to Schramm, and again, the formula of success for North is getting the ball in the blue area.
Nice job, nice pass, nice finish.
Here's Heckman climbing in there, and they're going to call him for a travel. See, I don't like travel calls when they there's a shot here by Schramm and in. I don't like travel calls when somebody gets bumped. You know, when you get bumped, then you got to either call the foul, but officials called the travel there. Good skip pass. Try to take advantage of that at height.
Good patience, nice dribble drive from the perimeter by a big, showing off his ball handling skills. I think when you look at Sussex Hamilton defense now, they've really backed up into the inside the three-point line to try to take away the inside game. But North, being patient enough to get the ball reversed, is still getting the ball inside.
I think another thing North's done pretty well tonight is taking care of the basketball. I mean, they've had some bugaboos with the turnover thing, but that's one of the keys I thought that they have to do a little better, and I think they're doing a much better job.
I would agree, and I hope you don't jinx them now. Oh, lucky to get that one back. North's pressure is really starting to bother the Chargers.
Yeah.
They're forcing them out on the perimeter. Look how far away from the basket they're trying to start their offense. Really nice job by the Golden Raiders, and to get a turnover.
Another turnover.
Nice pass.
And North attacking, and Cerrone throws something halfway across the room for the fact that they think there was contact. He threw a marker or something that almost went out the door. You know, and this all started with that technical foul. It was 35-32 when the Chargers made a basket. They called a technical foul on Young as he pointed to his classmates. And since that time, it's a, what do we call it here, a 12-2 run.
North taking advantage of the opportunities. That's what good teams do.
You know, and I know I keep talking about this, but another miss, another shot. Another miss, 3 opportunities for the Chargers. And I know I keep saying this, Jeff, but 13 points since 7 minutes and 40 seconds of the first half. I mean, that's almost 15, 16 minutes of basketball. And they finally get one, but again, baskets have been hard to come for the Chargers.
And people might ask, well, why at that point did he take the timeout? Because he knows that his team's a little tired right now. If he just had their first success and got a basket, you want to reinforce that by taking the time to say, hey, we can do this. We just did it. Now let's build on it. So he's trying to stop the momentum from North and making sure his players have confidence to finish.
Again, I'd like to thank the crew. Greg down on the floor, Richard up here, Scott and Eric. Not only just for today, but for the whole season. And we may have some bonus basketball in May where we may do a senior all-star game that's being set up here in the county. So we'll have to figure out what happened there. Good push by North. I feel a lot more confident in them right now, being up by 9. The more that Sussex Hamilton was hanging around, I wasn't so sure. But again, just 6 points for Heckman and Haas.
That's good defense by Sheboygan North. Now they've gone to 3 out, 2 in. Oh. Nice try by Schramm. Good move, but just didn't finish.
Yep, good shot by Schramm, just didn't finish is right. But the execution and the idea was a good idea.
Got to get a hand up on the perimeter.
Third foul on North. Olson's back in the game with his 3 personal. He wears number 12 for North. That foul they got on Buboltz, his first. 13 foul on North.
Well, Max should be well rested and ready to play hard for the rest of the game and stay out of. Nice block.
Went in against the tall Timbers, and it did not work. Buboltz on the push and the score.
Way to push the ball back when you get a big play like that. Really mentally affects the other team. But comes back and hits a big shot. Good job.
Ryan Heckman. Who is that? I haven't heard Bill Horsch call his name since early in the first half. Miller driving there. This isn't Steffensmeyer. We like to see him get down in there. There he goes. See if he can establish, get a seal.
Can't flatten out. He's got to keep his chest to the passers so they can make that pass on the correct angle. Once you flatten out, there's no way to get there safely.
North's really done a nice job taking away the 3-point shot of the Chargers. And basically everything for the Chargers.
Yeah, they're playing better pressure defense without being frenetic. So keep guys in front of you, and now rebound. You got to rebound that one.
An extra opportunity, but a miss. Schremeyer.
As my wife Jean used to tell our sons and daughters, rip and tear, rip and tear.
And there is a nice shot by Schramm. Schramm with 4 big points here in the second half.
He's doing a much better job of staying over his feet and finishing after the turn on balance inside.
And Olson picks up his 4th, and I'll tell you, he's a great defender. And I don't think he gets called for those much this season, but he is tonight. Buboltz leads North with 12 points. Steffensmeyer has got 11. Burr has 9. Leading scorer for Hamilton so far is Young, and there's a pick.
Oh, and that's going to be intentional.
And Coach Cerrone can't say anything about that one because that was brutal. And unfortunately, we would have had a highlight reel on that dunk.
And that's what he was trying to prevent, but you can do that without wrapping him up. And now you can turn a potential dunk into a 4-point play.
And here's the replay. Steffensmeyer gets 2 shots. North will get the basketball back. That was not a good foul, Jeff. You just don't want to see that kind of stuff. Somebody can get hurt. Oh, and an empty trip for Steffensmeyer, but North keeps the ball.
Sometimes as a free throw shooter in those situations with nobody around the lane, it's a little different than a normal free throw. So I'm sure if that happens again, he'll be ready to finish it. There it is inside.
They're going to get a screen called on Miller. I think Coach Cerrone's been kind of working that the whole game, and he got one.
I'd like to see that one again.
Me too, because I said
it was. When it comes from that position, from that referee on this side of the floor, when you have the 2 other guys who's really that's their call, it's always an interesting situation.
And as an official here, you don't have to talk to the coach. I mean, you made the call. Coach Troy's saying they've been doing this the whole game.
He's talking to both of them, so.
Yep.
Equal time. Nice job. Good hustle.
Tempest and his quickness. Bryce, I think, will be playing a little golf this spring for Coach Schmitz. As will Ryder
Good pressure.
Miller. And look at this. I think this could be their last time out. You know, when you get to, it's just going to be a full-time. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. Let's take a break for a quick commercial. Coach Wolf and I will be back in a moment.
I'm Belinda, and this is Willard, and we were adopted in 2021. When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile, and he has a big heart to match.
The energy you give Todd, you get it back from Todd.
Yeah.
Todd's a joy.
Yes,
Todd
he is.
really is a great joy.
I love him. You and you.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Wish it was up on the scoreboard.
Welcome back to North High. Chris Wright along with Coach Jeff Wolf. North with a 49-38 lead. Defense and post play has been the difference in the second half.
The defensive pressure out in the full court is really making a difference. It's wearing them out, and offensively, they can't stop the size of North inside when they're patient and get it there and scoring in positions.
And again, it's been 18 minutes for the last 18 minutes of basketball for the Chargers, and they only have 17 points. We're under 7 minutes, and we're going to get a call here. That'll be the 16th foul on North. Foul trouble for North. We have Schramm. He's got 2, and of course Olson has 4. He's only played about 4 minutes, unfortunately. Look at the defensive stances there. It's just what you want. Move those feet. That was a bad foul.
Again, it goes back to the defense that comes up to help. You have to help the helper. So he has to get in front of that person and take that pass away instead of trailing it and then fouling.
They mentioned it. Hamilton missed a lot of free throws in that first half that could have, made a difference going in at the halftime break. And again, another miss. But again, the score is low, Coach. Just 49-39.
Well, in a low-scoring game like this with 7 minutes left, you try to and you're behind at this point, you have to try to get 2 or 3 points in every possession because North is not going to lay up here. They're going to keep putting pressure on you.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. It's when you're down by 10 in a long score, in a low-scoring game. 10 points is like a 20-point lead.
Right. If you're getting 1 point per possession, you need 10 possessions, and that's tough to do. And North is taking some time off the clock now, which is really a smart move.
And I think they should be patient.
Some teams, when they're used to playing fast and playing up-tempo, they don't have the discipline to do this well. Right now, North is doing this very, very well.
And again, a very senior, experienced squad as the junior takes it to the rack and gets fouled. And that'll put North in the bonus. Both teams with 7. There's a good shot of my neighbor, who lives about 4 doors down from me, Blake Burr. Nice kid, too.
Great family, great athletic family. Grandfather, a longtime coach, state championship coach at Kohler and AED for a long time. Great teacher, great people.
He's in the house. He is in the house.
He wouldn't miss it. Nice job by Blake. again, North probably took a minute 10, 20 seconds off in that possession. So you're getting into must-score situations, and now they turn it over because of pressure.
Young asking for a foul, but he just dragged his foot. Winner of this game, most likely, not for sure, will travel to Pewaukee tomorrow. They are the 4 seed, and then in front of them is De Pere, the number 2 ranked team in Division I.
Jack Young returns for Hamilton. On the line for North, Cale Hummels shooting the bonus.
Last game was 67-65 back on December 26th at Concordia, a North victory.
North right now is shooting the ball from the free throw line with much more confidence than they were in the first half. They're really under control, shooting with confidence. A nice display.
$14-point lead. North was down 20-15 early, and since that time, look at Steffensmeyer fight.
Kick. He kicked it.
Oh! Didn't the Charger guy kick it?
Yep. That's where, as a coach, you say, ask your partner, because I don't think you saw it right.
Right in front of him. Tough shot by Vernon. Cuts the deficit to 12. Huboltz can handle the rock. Not too worried about him and his ball handling skills. Good decision to kick it out. And a foul, and I'll tell you, those are not the guys to foul.
North doing a really good job in a late game situation with the lead, of being patient, taking time off the clock. Because right now, the clock is the enemy of the Chargers. Again, because we talked about there's only so many points per possessions left in this game.
That's Young's 4th foul. And as I said, North, pretty good free throw shooting team. Not so good at the end of the year, but overall, I think they're an excellent team. Something that Coach Worth wants to do is always get to the bonus early because he's got good free throw shooters, and you're see it on display right here.
We're doing a good job in the second half here of finishing with follow through with the ball.
And there's another miss by Haas. Haas still stuck on 6 points, but they did get the rebound and the basket. Erdman on the rebound and basket, and there's another foul. And this fast game is hit a halt.
Cale Hummels on the line, shooting 2.
Now, if North wins, Coach, or the Chargers, they got back-to-back games, and that's one thing in the tournament I'm not always sold on. You never play back-to-back games except maybe at Christmas time, but that can be a wear or tear, especially the lower divisions. They got to play, sometimes these teams have to play 3 games in a week.
Well, when I was coaching, they used to play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm not sure why they switched it to Friday, Saturday, but you're right. 3 games like that is a tough situation, especially for a high school team. But that's the way it is, so you have to go out and play.
And another 3-pointer missed, and there's a lot of contact. Which way are we going? We're coming down here. Burr's going to get a chance to shoot some free throws on the hold by Erdman. I'll tell you, Sussex Hamilton's gone ice cold from three. Coming out in the beginning, I thought that was they're going to be a problem because they kept making all these, but.
Well, I think that what occurred is North played, like we said, played better defense and got in front of shooters and made them shoot over people instead of being wide open like they were early in the game. They settled down, as good teams do, came down and played a good defensive possession, and now we're stepping up and knocking free throws like the confident team that they are.
And it's a 16-point lead for North. Young, another miss, and another grab. Which way are we going this time? This time they're getting on Burr, and I'll tell you what, I thought Erdman had Burr. And that was called from the opposite end, too, Coach.
Interesting angle. Again,
Erdman thought he was coming out, but he gets to shoot.
That might tell you something, that he didn't realize he's the one that got fouled.
Good point, Coach. And the line drive free throw just high enough to get over. Coach and I will have some interviews at the end of the game if North does win.
Do we do that in front of the drum line again? just checking. It's been a while since I was here.
Burr, I think, walked, and he did. Young back in on the offensive end with his 4 fouls. Out goes Tobelik.
You know, right now, North can't relax. They have to finish the game and not allow the Chargers to come down and hit a couple quick threes, which could swing the momentum of the game. That's a nice drive right there.
Yeah, Heckman with the push-off got away with it. Cuts the deficit back to 12. It's always tough, though, to press a pressing team. And see how North handles it. They're double teaming Bubolz. As you can see, Stevensmeyer trying to get the steal. Burr comes up.
Smart play by Blake.
And again, fouls here. Kind of the only chance they have because, as Jeff mentioned, North has been doing a very nice job of taking care of the basketball in the half court, taking off time.
Real quick on that shot. If you slow it down just a little bit, hold that follow through and the release and follow through up. Just like that. Did it come back and knock it in?
Vernon with the ball over to Young.
Ooh.
Haas, another miss, but he gets his own rebound. Another shot. Oh! And committed the Coach Wright sin of fouling a jump shooter. And this is a potential 4-point play as Haas, who hasn't hit a 3 forever, hits one and gets fouled.
And it's a 10-point game, so it's well within the distance of with 3 minutes left.
Green Bay Preble down by 7, 5 minutes left against Pewaukee. So Preble's hanging in there with Pewaukee. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game. We're going to get a hold, which isn't a bad foul because the clock doesn't run. But you're following Cave Bubolts.
He's been making his free throws, so you got to figure out who's the worst free throw shooter on the floor at this point, and hopefully your scouting report will tell you that. So if you can't get it, let them get the ball in their hands and foul them. You still got 3 minutes left, so you don't have to force the issue quite that much.
Cale calmly knocks it in for his 19th point. Burr with 13, Steffensmeyer with 11. Ryan Heckman with 10 and Haas with 10 for the Chargers, along with Young's 12.
You might want to think about double teaming Cade and making somebody else handle the ball in your press.
Heckman, dribble, travel, call timeout. Do they have any? I'll tell you, they've called a lot of timeouts. I thought they were out. Well, with 2:46, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we'll keep it here.
I think what Andy's trying to do in his huddle right now is figure out how to get the most efficient play each time they come down the court. So attack the basket early. You get fouled, you stop the clock, you go to the free throw line. If not, you spread your shooters out, get inside and kick it, and hopefully hit threes.
And basically, if you're North, I'm sure he's telling them, don't foul.
Correct.
So there might be a lot of opportunities, like you said, Coach.
Don't stop the clock.
To get to the paint. There's still 2:46 left. So it seems like an uphill climb for the Chargers. They're not out of it yet. Cross screen here maybe for Haas. Yep, there it is. And a miss, but he gets his own rebound. But in the land of the Timbers, it ain't gonna work.
That time they made Cade give it up. Good split.
Yeah.
Smart play. North is running this offense. This delay, I wouldn't call it a stall, it's a delay offense very well.
Whoop, a little more with the...
Wow. A lot of contact.
Foul on Asher Haas. Blake Burr on the line, shooting 2.
Burr at 68% this year, Coach.
Good extension and follow through, which he wasn't doing in the first half. So
well,
he's feeling more confident.
Yeah, just like Cale Bubolts was making his shots, Blake Burr is making his shots. So,
and it's contagious once you start making shots. A lot of times, the same as if you're missing, it can be contagious too. It's psychological. North is really extending the pressure out on the shooters now.
Both teams going to be shooting 2 free throws all the way out. This is Vernon, sophomore, and you can't miss them. And they've been missing them all night, and North's been pretty clutch.
Andy's subbing out so guys can foul without fouling out. Smart coaching by the Hall of Famer.
trap, but you got 3 people in the trap, which isn't a very good trap.
Against the trap, usually what's open there is if you take the time to turn and the balls come from the strong side, the weak side guy is usually always open because the majority of defensive players are in that half of the court.
Yeah, exactly. They flood to one area. Good point, Coach. And Steph misses one. 64-52, 1:55 left. Scoreboard out again. Steffensmeyer with an empty trip, but still North up by 12, under 2 minutes. A force by Haas. Steffensmeyer cleans it, and a grab by Haas. Going to send Steffensmeyer back to the free throw line.
That's a good foul because he just missed 2. Okay, you stop the clock and you put a guy who's just missed 2. That's a smart play.
Hamilton foul trouble is an understatement. Everybody who's a starter has 3 or 4.
Well, they're trying to conserve time, so they got to sacrifice fouls. Logan steps up and confidently knocks it in. Good job. Nice. Good come back.
North still applying pressure to take time off the clock. We're at 1:40, 14-point lead. Shot by Young is missed. Steffensmeyer, of course, with another rebound. Buboltz slows the game down there. There was a foul tried to be given. And that'll be a foul on Erdman, and as Coach Wolf mentions, that'll be his 5th. And the Sussex Hamilton just could never get a run of scoring going against North. Burr with his 16th point. 67-52. $1:22 left.
Nice job. Now you want to guard the three-point line as well as possible.
Young hits one.
Normally in that situation, you like to have a timeout left so you can go call a quick timeout, but it works to their advantage that North does. But again, that's your coaching mentality to try to save those timeouts. They unfortunately didn't have one to do that, but North helped them out anyways.
$68-55, 50 seconds left. Coach, I want to thank you again for stepping in for Marty, who's in Arizona.
My pleasure.
It was a fun first half. Second half now it's kind of with the fouls, but very entertaining basketball game, and I think North pretty much executed what they wanted to here in the second half, which was the difference.
Well, I think they came out and really made the effort to get the ball inside early and really put it on the Chargers for a while. Took the game over from there, and now are playing good North basketball, stepping up and making free throws and making good decisions out on their court.
One last time, I want to thank Greg on the camera down there and Richard up here, Scott and Eric for everything they've done. We will have interviews at the end. Coach and I are going to have to sprint down there.
Chris, my sprinting days are over.
Oh, and I've seen this inbound play before by Illinois. a second timeout by back-to-back timeouts. Well, what's weird here, Coach, they were setting up 5 on the baseline, but because it was inbounded already, they can't even use those people to pass it down the sideline. They can only go in and come back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like after a made basket, you can run the baseline.
Are they all going to line up inbounds now?
But you understand my point? I
Sure.
think the advantage
they're gonna line up inbounds. They were all out of bounds.
Yes.
And now they're going to be inbounds.
So now the goal here is to take your opponent away and come back to the ball, I think is the goal
Correct.
here. And a quick foul. I think that one was on Young. That would be his 5th. You know, in that situation, Coach, I would always try to have my subs in there. Because you know you're going to probably foul anyways, and then bring your next 5. And now the Chargers are, I guess you could say, thrown in the towel.
Well, they're going to give their players a standing ovation from their fans. They've had a nice season. They gave a great job all year, and you want that to be recognized. Nice job of coaching.
Coach, why don't you go downstairs and I will meet you there because you're going to take a little longer than I am.
Okay.
This game's under control, 69-55. Coach Wolf and I will have some interviews from North when we're done. Buboltz makes his free throw, and into the game comes Luke Koznasik, getting his first time. One minute left, 70-55. North. 50 seconds left. There's a nice scoop shot there and a miss. It'll go to North. Hamilton not going to, pick up full court. Renzelman with the ball. We haven't seen EJ all game. There's Renzelman holding it. And good pressure, and we're going to get one more foul. Boyding with the foul, and to the line will go Cuzzy. No, they didn't call a foul. I don't know what they called. Oh, they called Stewart on an illegal screen. Coach Cerrone's probably going, why are we calling that now? I've been asking him for before. And there was a pass to nobody. Here's Koznasik with a chance for a layup and a score. Luke Koznasik scores, and he gets a steal. Now North should run it out. And there's a 3, and we're going to get a foul. I think we're going to get a foul on Stewart again. 2 fouls in a couple minutes here. 7 seconds remain. Stay with us. Coach Wolf and I will have some interviews in a second. A couple of victorious North player. Karsten Rude at the line, senior. Last chance for yourself to get a basket in your high school career. Got to make it here, kid. And he does. You can tell his grandkids that. And he comes out of the game for a substitute. Very nice that Coach Cerrone lets the senior walk off after he makes a point. And that'll be our ball game, 72-56. We'll be right back with some interviews.
Because of COVID-19, students are more than half a grade level behind in math skills, and your kid might be one of them. Start the conversation before it's too late. Because when parents are part of the equation, kids do better in math. For tools and resources to get your child on track with math, visit bepartoftheequation.org.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
In the society that we were brought up in, it's very hard on little black boys. You have to navigate feelings and emotions so the world don't get you.
Sometimes when I cry, I won't know how I'm feeling or why I'm crying.
I just grew up never feeling like it was okay to cry.
Yeah.
And so he really forced me to have to reconnect with the kid that didn't get to cry.
That's beautiful.
We don't cry. We gon' take our piece of the
Women are bad with money. That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now we've got something to say. Save it.
It's time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Until we're no longer 80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
Save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault.
Then, the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at WeSaySaveIt.org.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Shooting guards. What was the plan for you guys tonight?
Just make things uncomfortable for them the whole game, putting the press on them, wearing them down over time, just really making it tough for them to do anything, and that's what we did pretty much. Got them going quick, couldn't really get their feet set, and played one hell of a game.
Yeah, and I thought at first the pressure on Preston worked, but you kind of wear them down, and then they started turning over to basketball.
Yeah, that's how Coach likes to just wear them down, and that's what we did. A lot of teams can't go get up and down with us, so it helps when we can press like that, and no one can really do anything against it.
Coach?
Logan, I thought that in the you guys came out of the locker room in the second half and really looked to get the ball inside more. I'm assuming that's what you talked about at halftime, because you really went off and it changed the complexion of the whole game. What do you think about that?
I mean, absolutely. Our goal was to pound it right back inside. And just, really we got the size advantage with me and Landon. I mean, that was really the game plan coming in. We really emphasized it at halftime. And I think making those adjustments really helped.
I thought, Cade, that in the second half, you guys really settled in and played with more confidence. You let your defense turn into offense for you. Is that something you really wanted to come out with on the second half?
Yeah. Our defense always leads to our offense, so getting stops just gets us out in transition, and then it's just flowing from there.
Yeah, I thought, working in the paint, a great second half, and making free throws down the stretch. That was big too. But I'm going to talk about something that's a little negative. I know the turnover bugaboo's been kind of bad for you guys, but I thought you guys did a real nice job taking care of the basketball tonight.
Yeah, it's been something we've been working on a lot lately. Just cleaning up our passes, staying strong with it when we get into the paint, just cleaning up the little things, and yeah, it showed today.
Watching you over the last 4 years, but tomorrow's another day, huh?
Oh yeah, time to move on to Milwaukee and get that dub. Regional championship hasn't came through here in a while, so hopefully we'll get that tomorrow.
Coach?
Well, as a big in the second half, as they were reversing the ball and get it into you, it looked like you were getting held a lot, but you were powering through. Do you work on that a lot in practice?
For sure, and just in the weight room. Got to do a little bit of both. I mean, weight room is huge in basketball. So staying in the weight room, getting stronger, battling with other bigs, it's huge.
I thought you guys in the second half did a much better job of being patient on offense. And when you were holding the ball when you wanted to at the end, you guys did a great job. And sometimes that's not always easy for a fast-breaking team, okay? Do you guys work on that a lot in practice?
Yeah, the past couple of days especially, I've been working a lot on late game scenarios, like 56-all, drills like that, to really settle in and be comfortable in those late game scenarios.
Well, it showed. You guys did a great job.
Well, for Coach Wolf and myself and the crew, we're going to say bye. But before that, we got some other guys that want to be in here.
I could have drawn a charge there.